A very good morning to all of you, my dear children. I welcome you all in your online classes. And how are you all? I hope every one of you is fine and taking best care of yourselves and listening to your parents the most. Because this is the time you all know that we are fighting with COVID-19 and you have to listen to your parents the most and take care of your parents also. Okay, so children, today is 30th September 2020 and that is Wednesday and you all are having your SST class. Okay, so in the last class of SST I have given you the surprise test and you have done well, children. So in this class we will start the new chapter, that is lesson number 11. Okay, lesson number 11, location of states on the map of India. Okay, the name of the chapter is location of states on the map of India. Okay, so we all know that where is India. We have seen the map of India is also. Okay, so we will start that. First of all, I am going to tell you, India is the beautiful country blessed with natural resources. We all know that India is very beautiful country and blessed with natural resources. Okay, so many types of things are found in our nature, and so especially in India, so India is blessed with that. India has one of the oldest civilization in the world and the seventh largest country in area in the world. That is, I have written here also, that India, okay, is called the oldest civilization. Okay, oldest civilization it is. It is very old country and the seventh largest country in area in the world. Okay, in all over the world we are coming, area wise we are coming on the seventh number. Okay, area wise India is coming on the seventh number. So by the area it is coming from the seventh number, and this is second most populous country after China. First number populous country is China. Okay, China is the most populous country, many people are living there, and after the China, India is having the second most populous country. Okay, it covers an area of 32,87,263 square kilometer. Okay, I have written here also, see, the total area of India is 32,87,263. Okay, this is the total area of our India. So extending from the snow-covered Himalayas height to the tropical rainforest of the south. Okay, it is covering the whole area from the Himalayas region to the southern region. Okay, it is the total area which is covering by the India is 32,87,263 square kilometer. As the seventh largest country in the world, India stands apart from the rest of Asia. Okay, marked by the mountains and the seas which give a country a distinct geographical entity. Okay, because we are the seventh largest country in the world. Okay, India, you all know that we have 7 continents. Okay, we have studied already before you have children. So 7 continents are there. In that, South America, North America, okay, and Australia. These are the continents are there. In these continents, Asia is a continent in which India is situated. Okay, India is situated in the Asia. Okay, the geographical area comprises 2.4% of total area of the world. In the world, 2.4% area of area is covering by India. Okay, the total area of the world. Okay, if we will see the total area of the world, so the area of India is 2.4% of the world's area. Okay, if we will calculate the whole area of the world, okay, so India's area is 2.4% of the world. Okay, children, now we will see the location. Now we will see the location of the states in the Indian map. Okay, children. Now children, see, this is the map of India. Okay, this is the map of India. So what we have to see, India is divided into 29 states and 7 union territories. Okay, so see, so many parts are there, so many states are there in this map of India. So India is totally divided into 29. Total states are 29. 29 states and 7 union territories are there. First of all, you should know that what are union territories. Okay, children. Union territories are the countries in which state government is ruling, but all the things are under control of in central government, like Delhi. Okay, Delhi is in union territory. You all know that state government is of Kejriwal Sarkar is there, but all the things like police and all the things whichever are there is in under control of central government, means Narendra Modi's government. Okay, they are union territories are the cities. Okay, in are the states. In the states, state government is there, but all the things whatever the things they have to do or not to do, and all the departments are coming under control of the central government, like Delhi. Okay, Delhi is a state, like state government is there, Kejriwal Sarkar is there, but they have to take permission of the central government, like Narendra Modi's permission they have to take, and then only they can do anything. Okay, so 29 states are there and 7 union territories are there. Okay, and including the national capital territory of Delhi. Delhi is called the national capital territory also. Delhi is situated here, children. Okay, Delhi is here in the map. Delhi is situated here. Okay, this is the national capital. Delhi is here. Then in the extreme north, it is the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, children, I have told you how to see the directions in the map. On the top, north is there. Okay, at the bottom, south is there. This right side, east is there, and left side, west is there. So in the north, what you have having Jammu and Kashmir state. Okay, in the top of the north of the India's map, we are having Jammu and Kashmir. Then Kanyakumari lies at the southern tip of mainland of India. Now southern tip means here. Okay, this is the part of south part is there, na? This is the part of south of India. So southern tip means ekdam like here. Okay, in the bottom Kanyakumari is there. Okay, so on the top north side Jammu and Kashmir state is there. Okay, and at the bottom here on the south Kanyakumari is there. Okay, now New Delhi is India's capital. We all know that New Delhi is the India's capital. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, our country is about 3,214 kilometers. From Jammu and Kashmir to till Kanyakumari, this distance is 3,214 kilometers, children. Okay, in the map it is very short distance. We all know that, we can see that very short distance is there, but in the real, from Jammu and Kashmir to Kanyakumari, the distance is 3,214 kilometers. Long and from Gujarat in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east, it is about 2,933 kilometers. Now see, children, in the east Arunachal Pradesh is there. See here, this is in the east Arunachal Pradesh is there, and in the west here Gujarat is there. It is written Gujarat is here. So from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, this distance is 2,933 kilometers. Okay, from Arunachal Pradesh, from east to west Gujarat, this total distance is 2,933. This is the distance is 3,214, and from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat is 2,933 kilometers. India is the widest and the middle and becomes narrow towards the south. Now see, in the middle it is widest. Okay, wide means it like this. Okay, the breadth. Okay, the breadth here in the middle is wide but narrow. Okay, it becomes thin here. Narrow means thin. Okay, in the southern part. Here you can see in the map of India, here it is a wide. Okay, it is wide, and but in the south it is narrow part. Okay, then Gujarat has the longest coastline, 1600 kilometers in India. See, Gujarat is having the longest coastline. Coastline, you all have studied about that before only. Okay, so coastline, Gujarat is having the longest coastline, that is of 1600 kilometers, children. Okay, the southern part of India is surrounded by 3 big water bodies. Now see this. This is the southern part of India. Okay, this is the southern part of India. This is covered by 3 big water bodies. Okay, this is covered by 3 big water bodies. Now what are the water bodies? In the east, Bay of Bengal is there, you know. Everybody you have studied in the map work also. In the east, Bay of Bengal is there. In the west, Arabian Sea is there, this side. This side west is there, na? Okay, so in the west, Arabian Sea is there. And in the south, Indian Ocean is there. See here. Southern part, Indian Ocean is there. East में best of Bay of Bengal is there. West में we are having Arabian Sea, and in the south we are having Indian Ocean. So three big water bodies. Southern part is covered by three big water bodies: Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, and Indian Ocean. Okay. India is the only country in the world which has an ocean after its name. Okay, India is the only country which has an ocean near the country and by its name only, like this Indian Ocean. Okay, this ocean's name is taken from our country's name only. Okay, so that's why it is called Indian Ocean. Okay, then children, in the book like this, states and capitals are there. This you have to learn, children. Okay, so many states and capitals are there. This you have to study and learn. Like Andhra Pradesh capital is Hyderabad, Arunachal Pradesh is Itanagar, Assam, Disapur. Okay, these states and capitals can come in the exam. So this you have to study from the book only and learn also. Then next topic is physical divisions of India, landforms and rivers. Now you all have seen the states are here. Okay, in the map of India, now so many types of rivers are flowing in the India. Okay, so where are they in the map of India? The surface of the earth is not uniform at all places. The surface of the earth means this is the surface. Anything surface is like this. Okay, so the surface of the India is not same. Okay, somewhere mountains are there, somewhere rivers are there, somewhere plains are there, somewhere deserts are there. It is not same for anywhere. In India, the surface also varies from place to place. We have very high mountains also, vast plains also, okay, huge deserts also, and great plateau regions also. So you have seen also, so many mountains are there, rivers are there, plain regions are there, like we are living in the plain regions, Kanpur, Lucknow, we are living in the plain regions, okay, and deserts are also there. So this is not same, this is different from place to place. Many rivers originate from mountains to flow to plains. Okay, now so many types of rivers originate. They are coming from the mountains. Okay, so many types of rivers are coming from the mountains to the plains. Okay, like Ganga River. Okay, the Ganga River is coming from the mountains only. Okay, so many types of rivers are there which are coming from the mountains to the plains. At many places these rivers make waterfalls. Okay, so many places these rivers make waterfalls. Waterfalls you have seen, you must have seen the waterfalls, big waterfalls are there. Okay, so our country is marked by the diversity of physical features such as mountain, plateaus, plains and coast and islands. Now so many types of things are there in our country. Mountains are there, deserts are there, plains are there, coastal regions are there. So these are first the mountains in the Himalayan part. Okay, north side. In the north side of north means this side. North means this side. All the mountains are there in the north of India in this side. The Himalayas, mostly the Himalayas region. Okay, then the northern plains. North में the plain parts are also coming like Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow. So many types of plain regions are there in the north also. Then the Great Indian Desert in the west. Now this west side in the Rajasthan, you know, the deserts are there. Okay, so in the west side, great deserts are there in the west of India. Then the peninsular plateau in the south. Now in the south, peninsular plateau is also there in the south. And the coastal plains, the islands also. Now see children, these are the islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands you have studied also. So islands are also there and plains are also there, mountains are also there, deserts are also there. So many things are there. Now rivers of India. Now you can see here in the map. In this map you can see the states, children. Okay, only the states are there. So in this map see the rivers are divided. when you will open the page number 19, the SST book, okay, in this map rivers are given from the where the rivers are coming and from there where they are going. Okay, so based on the source, the Indian rivers are divided into Himalayas rivers and peninsular rivers. Okay, we are having so many rivers in India, so the Indian rivers are divided into two parts. Okay, first is Himalayan rivers and second is peninsular rivers. Okay, first is Himalayan rivers and second is peninsular rivers. The Himalayan rivers are the rivers which originate from the Himalayan glaciers. This is a very important thing. Listen to me. Okay, the Himalayan rivers means all the rivers which originates, matlab which are coming from the Himalayas, which are coming from the mountains of Himalayas. Okay, they are called the Himalayan rivers. Okay, the examples Himalayan rivers are Indus river system, Ganga river system, the Yamuna river system and Brahmaputra river system. They are very big rivers. Ganga river is very big river. Indus river is also a very big river. Brahmaputra is also a very big river. So these all are the rivers are coming from the mountains of Himalayas. So these rivers are called the Himalayan rivers. Okay, Ganga river is there, Indus river is there, Brahmaputra river is there and Yamuna river is also there. They all are called the Himalayan rivers because they are coming from the mountains of Himalayas. Okay, then next is what? The peninsular rivers. On the other hand, do not originate from the glaciers. Okay, the peninsular rivers are not coming from the mountains or from the glaciers. These rivers are rain fed. Okay, these rivers are rain fed means they are totally dependent on the rainfall. When the rainfall is there, then the water is going in the rivers, then it is becoming the river, otherwise it is not. Okay, they even reduce considerably during summer. In the summer season they reduce their water because they are depend on the monsoon, they depends on the rainfall. Okay, so when the rainfall is not there in the summer season, there is not so much of rainfall, so they reduce their water. Some of the peninsular rivers are the Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada and Tapi. Okay, these are the peninsular rivers, Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri, Tapi. These are the rivers of these are the examples of peninsular rivers. They are totally, remember children, they are totally dependent on the rainfall. When the rainfall is there, then the water is going in these rivers and they are flowing the water. Okay, otherwise in the summer season when there is no rainfall, okay, so they are reducing their water. These are called peninsular rivers, those who are depending on the rainfall. Okay, and the Himalayas river, they are all throughout the year water is there in those rivers. Why? Because they are coming from the glaciers of Himalaya. Okay children, so children, we have finished this chapter. I hope you have understood the chapter properly. If anything you have not understood properly, ask me in the comment box in the Google Classroom. I will try to solve your problem as early as I can. And children, you have to prepare for the half yearly exams, so do it well. In these days mock tests are going. Okay, these are the trial tests so that you will get to know how what to do in your half yearly exams. Okay children, so these are the time when you have to study properly for your half yearly exams. Okay children, the question answers and PDFs, I will send you the PDF in the next class children. That time you will do. This time you have to prepare for your test and for your exams, so it is better you be ready for your exams and for the test also. Okay, so once again we'll meet again in the next class. Okay, with another subject or any test if I will give, that you have to attempt. So best of luck children for your test or exams and do well. Okay, bye bye.